Wow. Game 5 of the World Series. The Blue Jays just bludgeoned the Dodgers. Dodgers
Killed
didn't
him.
really have a chance. The Blue Jays are now one game away from winning the World Series, going back to Toronto. If you are a Blue Jays fan, don't start partying yet, but it is getting close to that time where this feels extremely, extremely real.
As real as it can be, the Blue Jays didn't trail for one pitch being caught in a catcher's mitt in this game.
No, yeah, the first pitch of the game, right? David
Gone.
Schneider, bang, gone. Next pitch, Vlad Guerrero Jr., bang, gone. Back-to-back home runs.
Second pitch, Vladimir Guerrero.
Second pitch, my bad. Second pitch. Back-to-back home runs. 3 pitches, 2 home runs. Completely ambushed the Dodgers and Blake Snell. Really, really cool to see. Before we do talk about it a little bit more, subscribe. Subscribe to the Windup. Appreciate you guys. We've been seeing you all watching and support, and we do appreciate subscribe. And if you want to join the memberships, go ahead and do that. All right, more on this game. What are you more surprised about? The fact that the Blue Jays won this one or that the Dodgers didn't even hit a lick? What are you more surprised about?
So, are we talking about surprised or impressed? I'm definitely more surprised the Dodgers can't hit a lick, but I'm definitely more impressed by how much the Blue Jays deserve this and have
Well,
earned this.
well said.
And there's no way to like start anywhere else talking about this than just Trey Savage. Like
Yeah.
this is, I told you this last night. Like I was just late at night. Thoughts were going crazy. I was like, this should be the biggest story in sports. What this guy's doing.
Yeah, you were freaking out a little bit.
Guy was in fucking double A. Guy was in single A 150 days ago. Like, I can't believe this is happening right now. Like, he is, and this is the second game in the series. The Dodgers already saw him. We were
Yep.
talking about a storyline heading into this game would be how much would John Schneider trust Trey Savage? Can Trey Savage get to a lineup a third time? Because he pulled him immediately when that happened in game one. Wasn't even a fucking question here. He was mowing guys down. He could pitch the whole game if they felt like he wanted to. It was utter domination from a guy who was in college a year ago with Eastern Carolina, who was in, again, single A in this June. He didn't get to triple A until fucking August. He has more strikeouts in the World Series than in the regular season as a pitcher.
That's crazy.
Like,
That's an insane stat.
He tore through a lineup that is going to has 4 Hall of Famers, 6 or 7 All Stars. Like, it is, and Kike Hernandez, playoff Kike. Like, he
Yeah.
absolutely decimated this team to a degree that we haven't seen in the World Series since Bumgarner. Like, when's the most dominant pitching World Series performance since this?
That I
This
can
dominant.
of memory, it's Bumgarner. The other weird one was just I guess one of the like Garrett Cole with the Astros, but that when he had that performance against the Dodgers, he was pretty unbelievable. Or Dodgers,
Yeah.
not the Dodgers,
I think
against the Nationals.
I think that was 11 strikeouts, 10
Yeah,
strikeouts, but
he was pretty disgusting. But like
Strasburg, the eighth innings, 8 and a third.
story wise, it's Yesavage again. 7 innings,
And
3
Yamamoto this
hits,
World Series.
12 strikeouts. Unbelievable performance, and it's really broke the way that we I think about baseball a little bit. We've talked about this more on our Mets podcast, Mets Up, where you can kind of just see what a pitcher has in terms of what their pitches are. They hit these certain numbers, and it's going to be really annoying for some people to hear this, but it's just obvious that like Trey Savage, the fastball is good enough, the splitter is one of the best splitters in baseball, and the slider is good enough where you can just be a not only good major league pitcher, you can be a dominant major league pitcher, and the time in the minor leagues is almost wasted at this point.
It almost wasted, but it's not
Almost.
wasted in the fact that, and we've heard a lot of general managers, executives talk about the fact that, and a lot of ex players, that the minor leagues are really good for learning how to lose, like taking your lumps, learning how to work through a start when you maybe don't have your best stuff, things like that. Savage did that a little bit. He had 2 starts in like single and double A where he got bounced in like the second or third inning.
Could you
gave up
imagine being
4
on those
runs.
teams, seeing this and being like, we bounced this guy in the second
Yeah.
inning? Like, how is Shohei Ohtani not touching him?
I think that was the joke that was the joke with Cam Schlittler in the Red Sox, where
Yes.
the Red Sox double A team destroyed Cam Schlittler like in June, and the Major League team got destroyed by him. But then also, Savage did this last year in the College World Series too. Remember, against
Yeah.
Chase Burns. So it's like he definitely has something. And again, not saying that this is an overarching thing that we should say for every single player.
No.
Pitchers should skip the minor leagues. No, but we know now more just because of what we know about pitch effects and stuff, that when a pitcher has it, they have it. And Trey Savage clearly has it. And the Blue Jays' aggressiveness, while some other teams in the league still kind of shy away from that aggressiveness, could wind up being a critical reason why they win the World Series, which should be the goal rather than manipulating service time and suppressing wages.
Yeah, no, shout out to the Blue Jays. Trey Savage, I mean, what he's doing. If they win the World Series, if there was a Cy Young award for the World Series, he'd get it, because I think Vladdy's just going to get the World Series MVP when the Blue Jays, if they inevitably win
World
it.
Series Cy Young.
Yeah, but the World Series Cy Young, give it to Trey Savage. Nobody better this series, unless Yamamoto comes out and does another complete
one.
game.
Because that's the other one we're forgetting, dominant pitching World Series performance. Also, he's Savage in this game. Like, he actually, again, we talked about in the last video that He was taken out, bang, third time through the order.
Yep.
It also felt like in that game, the Blue Jays, and we're going to talk about a little about more of this with the Dodgers. We talked about the other night with Tyler Glasnow. People are tired to go against their own grain in these playoff matchups because you're so prepared. The hitters are so good. You want to do something new, give them a new look. In game one, Savage didn't really throw that many splitters.
Yeah.
He only threw 10 of them of his 80 pitches, which is kind of shocking considering. And also, that was the lineup that was a little more stacked with lefties. But in this one, he threw 30 of them in his 100 pitches. Like, he came ready to go. And Savage threw more sliders than any other pitch in this game as well. He put the fastball back. It was just he had the fact that he only has 3 pitches. He has barely been a professional pitcher. And he had a whole nother adjustment to go to like this that decimated some of the best hitters any of us have ever seen in our lives. It was just so blown away impressed by it.
Yeah, shout out Blue Jays pitching development. Shout out everything, all the coaching and the managing and the
Everything.
players, everything. For
And
this
Savage
team.
himself.
And Savage, of course. But everything right now is just going so right for them, and it feels like they've really found a nice little pocket of not just players but guys who are making decisions, running things, calling the shots. Where you can get a guy like Trey Savage, who fell a little bit in the draft. People thought very highly of him coming into the draft, but he fell a little bit right into the Blue Jays' lap. And now he is literally one of the reasons why this Blue Jays team is going to win the World Series. That's got to be sick from top down, from players to front office to managers, to be like, holy shit, we hit such a fucking home run with this guy.
The executives for the Blue Jays right now, every time their head hits the pillow at night, they're like, damn, we fucking did this shit so well. And there's also, like you said before, how Savage did fall a bit in the draft. There's funny draft discourse that's come from this because when you get to this time of year, the casuals like show up, and we love the casuals here in the Windup. We want every single casual watching the show, but the MLB draft is very different than the other sports drafts, where if you have a playoff race where a guy in the NBA who's taken like 14th is dominating as a rookie, you're like, can't believe all these teams passed up on him. Or like the NFL, if like the third quarterback that got drafted happens to be the best one, you're like, you guys are idiots for missing on this guy. If Trey Savage was on any other baseball team, any other organization, he probably doesn't debut this year.
No.
He probably doesn't figure out the slider like he did. Maybe he doesn't have the cues for a splitter command that he's improved so much like he has. Like, it's a totally different thing. And there's also people of other fans being like, I can't believe we missed Savage.
Yes.
A lot of other teams probably did fine. Like, I saw Mets fans when I was tweeting about it being like, can't believe it's a Carson Bench over this guy. I think right now, if you offered Carson Bench for Trey Savage in the offseason, the Blue Jays actually might accept it. Like, it's
I don't know about that one.
Might.
I don't know about that one. I won't go there, but I will to defend what you're saying. It is totally different. Again, if the Mets drafted Trey Savage, it's not like the Mets would be on this World Series run right now. He would not be at the major league level this season. There's no way, because of the Blue Jays' lack of starting pitching and the injuries that happened, because they had a lot of faith in this guy. It was a like match made in heaven for what went on here. There's also all the money stuff, and while the MLB draft is different from the NBA and NFL in how it operates, and people want to pretend like it's the same, like you said, the casuals want to be like, why didn't this guy go number 1 overall if he was going to have this impact? Because they are different. So whether or not you want to believe it, or whether or not you have the knowledge that these drafts are different, this is how it's operated forever. That being said, it will change how we think about players in the draft moving forward, though. That's where the change will come.
And I think this is a change. Now we're just doing like a Major League Baseball player development
it's a little tangent, yeah.
But we've also been talking about this a lot in the way that we changed minor league baseball a lot a few years ago by cutting down half of the players that are in it, trimming the leagues, trimming the size of teams, organizations, player pools that they have. Doing that, you're allowed to give more player development resources to the players that are just simply better. And now we're seeing a lot more in the last 2 years, especially than the entire 10 years prior.
Yeah,
that guys are getting to the league fast.
It's like happening. It was a big deal how fast Steven Strasburg got to the major leagues. Like, that was
huge deal.
Insane. He was a phenom. Everybody knew it. That was the number 1 overall pick. Now that's happening with pick 20. It's happening with pick 8. It's happening with second, third, fourth round picks, because the player development is just so different now.
By June of next season, we'll have had half of the 2024 first round basically have debuted in the major leagues. And that's something that it's also a testament to college baseball, how much more advanced college baseball got the day than the competition they have there. So it's a fun thing to watch this change. And we probably are getting close to a point where the Major League Baseball draft can become a marquee event, and it can lead college baseball, short run the minor leagues, to being an MLB difference maker. And just not to take away any of this from Savage, because he is special. He's different. The mentals, the physicals, it's incredible, but it's cool to watch these like thematic things change in baseball on the biggest stage like this.
Yeah, without a doubt, really cool to see Trey Savage again. What a fucking dog of a performance that was. So 12 strikeouts, 7 innings. Well, I joked with you because you're like, do you think he goes past the lineup one time? I'm like, don't know if they got a lead and he's
Yeah.
pitching well, they're going to keep him out there. And it's just, he just only pitched well. They only had a lead. There was no looking back.
It was other domination. Jeff Passan, his story, he said that Trey Savage was apparently getting heckled pretty badly by Dodgers fans in the bullpen before the game, and he turned and looked to someone, a pitching coach. He said, "This is fun. I love this." Like
That's sick. Yeah.
that's like the special part of it. Like it's the competitor's energy, and that probably does come from playing the high level college baseball. Eastern Carolina is not like the highest regarded program, but they make some runs. Savage is part of a good
Yep.
team, and it's this Blue Jays team has something. I don't know if you saw the Ernie Clement quote the other day. I think it
I
came
don't think
through
I
on
did.
MLB Network, where he's like, "We wake up every day with our heads on fire. We love playing baseball. We think we're the best baseball team in the league."
It's the vibes you want.
The way that David Schneider ambushes Blake Snell in the first pitch of the game, when David Schneider's a part-time player for his Blue Jays team, he's a lefty matcher.
Jersey guy.
Jersey guy, yeah, sure, Jersey guy. He hasn't played much this season. He hasn't played much this. He's played a good bit in regular season, but postseason and World Series, not a ton.
I'm
Less than a
facing
lot of other guys.
lefties.
And you're ready to go. Like you have a mindset. If I'm getting a fastball first pitch, I'm fucking swinging at it. You got a fastball first pitch. Not even a bad pitch by Blake Snell. Like
No.
a lot of people, the John Smoltz discourse was painful about
Oh, yeah, he sucks.
establishing the fastball. You can't throw those fastballs; those are middle cut. But David Schneider just turned on one that was up and in. It was kind of in his kitchen, and then Vlad did the same thing on one that was also on the edge in his wheelhouse for sure. But like this team is so ready to fucking play baseball. It's a pleasure to watch.
Oh, they come to the field and they say, we are going to win this game. We are going to come take the game and rip it out of your hands. And that's exactly what they did, because the Blue Jays, I mean, every player except I think Andres Jimenez got a hit, but every single player got on base. Dominant performance by them. I think we've sang their praises enough. Let's talk about how horrible and terrible the Dodgers looked, because this is the first time in a couple years now where the Dodgers look tight. I don't want to say they look scared, because that's not necessarily the right word, but they looked nervous. They looked like they felt pressure, and you saw some cracks in the armor for the first time in a couple years, where you're like, oh, like, yeah, they've got the great players, but this team is a little incomplete at times.
Incomplete, and I think tight's the right word you're saying. I think that the Dodgers last year, it was very easy for them. Like I think the fact that their last two series, like the Mets and Yankees, like it wasn't even really, they didn't really break a sweat, especially in the World Series. Like they kind of just walked through it, even with no pitching. And again, that was a different version of Mookie Betts. I think that's the biggest thing to take from this as well, is that this guy
horrible
can't fucking hit, and if he doesn't hit, they're going to lose. They might lose even if he does hit at this point. But it's just, this looks like the way those Dodgers teams looked like 5-6 years ago, when they kept knocking on the door and not able to get over the hump. And it just feels like now you're kind of getting the same criticism for Dave Roberts. You're getting the same criticism for parts of this roster. And even while it still is half a super team, the bottom of this lineup isn't good. No. It's really just not good. And it's not the most shocking thing that they're not able to hit. They didn't really hit last round either.
Yeah, I mean, like, Max Muncy's been ice cold. Tommy Edman finally is cooled off because he went on his Linsanity run.
He's been playing with a busted ankle like the whole year, too.
Will Smith is ice cold right now. Mookie Betts is ice cold. They've all gone cold at the same time. And then, like you said, when you have guys at the bottom of the order that can't really do any of the flipping it over, like, you just don't have to really pitch to Ohtani. You don't really have to give him anything good. You can pitch around Freddie Freeman. Teoscar Hernandez has been the guy who's been hitting the ball the most, but then after him, it's been ice cold again. So you can't even move the guy around. And then the glaring issue with this team, because lineups get cold and you tip your cap. Your Savage was better, like, in this game. He dominated them. He would have shut down any lineup at any point with the stuff that he had last night. Would have, shut out Murderers Row. But the problem here with the Dodgers is the pitching, and that's what's really getting them in trouble. Luckily, they have Yamamoto in the next game, and I'm assuming he's going to pitch until he physically can't, because Edgardo Enriquez. Always mix it up with Eduardo. Edgardo Enriquez came in the game, looked horrible after we sang his praises. 2 walks and a hit.
Strike.
Couldn't get an out. Got the next guy in, Anthony Banda. And again, Anthony Banda got smacked around because he's not very good. Like, this is the issue, is that when the Dodgers take the lead, you can feel okay because the pitchers can keep going. The starting pitchers, you can let them go further and further and further. But as soon as they get down, it felt like they had no chance ever to come back in this one. And I'm interested to see, maybe the off day is a good thing for them, but that Mookie play where he had the easy tailor-made double play and kind of threw an awful ball to Tommy Edman where he had to stretch and just get the one out. I was like, oh, this game's over. This team is tight. They are not playing like the Dodgers that we've seen, where it's cool, calm, collected. We're the best team on the field.
And the way they're talking about this, too, to the media doesn't instill confidence either. Like, Blake Snell goes like, I don't want to be an excuse guy, but, I just feel like we're really getting unlucky out there. It's like, what are you talking about, dude?
That shit we heard all year as Mets fans, where it's like, it, you hate to keep bringing up the Mets, but that's what we're going to do over here. All season, this team, we're going to be fine. We're going to figure it out. It's going to fall. Things are going to change. We're going to get these hits, blah, 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 blah. And then you look and you're like, oh, it's too late. You don't make the playoffs. For the Dodgers, I understand, again, the calm, trying to pretend like everything is okay. But truthfully, at the end of the day, they might need a little spark, a little fire lit under their ass right now.
And again, for Blake Snell to come out and say that when you give up piss missiles to 2 of the first 3
Yeah,
pitches
like
of
you
the
got
game, it's
shit
like,
on, bro.
come on, dude. And this is always the thing with Blake Snell too. And like now you saw the bad version of Blake Snell in this World Series when you saw the best version of him for the last 2 months. That is kind of who he is. They needed a gem and he wasn't able to do it.
Yeah.
That's a bad thing on him. And then also you could see, and there's always been a problem with Blake Snell. He's not the calm, cool, and collected guy. Blake Snell, what happened to play before, he'll wear with him for the next.
Yes.
And after those home runs, I was texting you, he was pitching pissed.
So
he was
mad.
snapping his glove. Like he was really turning his body hard.
Did you see him in the dugout afterwards when he was looking at like the binder? He was like screaming at himself, being like, and like pointing, and I'm like, you're not talking to anybody. What are you saying?
But it's also a funny thing because we talked about this yesterday that the Blue Jays are a really good hitting team, or 2 days ago, fastball hitting team. And Tyler Glasnow came out and just threw sinkers to try and like zig when they zagged and try to change it up, and they still hit them. And then Blake Snell comes out, throws 2 fastballs right away. Then he goes away from the fastball the rest of the start and does settle in a bit before he did kind of fall apart in that 7th inning. And then Edgardo Henriquez gave up all the runs.
That was probably because the Dodgers were like, we need
No,
him to go further. He was
playing
at
on tilt.
115 pitches, I think, at that point.
Yes, and the same thing happened with Ohtani the day before.
Yep.
Where it's like you wouldn't have started him for that inning if you didn't go 18 innings the day before. So this is also where the Dodgers have failed a little bit in this team building here, or just I guess maybe I don't even know how. Is it failure in team building? They have no bullpen left because all these guys got hurt. Like where?
Yeah, I think like looking at this, I mean, they expected Tanner Scott to be a part of this bullpen. I know he stunk it up all year. Kirby Yates, like those 2 guys would change things. I don't think this is necessarily
Bruzdar.
Yeah,
It's been a while for
Bruzdar, who's
him.
another guy that's hurt. I mean, Kopech's been hurt forever.
Yeah.
Evan Phillips blew out his arm. Brock Stewart was a guy they thought. Michael Grove.
Alex Vesia is not here.
Yeah, Alex Vesia is not there. Like,
So those are like the 5 best relievers are not here.
sure, but also at the same time, got to dog up, got to ball up. Because look at the Blue Jays bullpen. It's not like the Blue Jays bullpen's filled with anybody that's like you're screaming and yelling about. You could even make an argument like no Yimmy. Yimmy was awesome for them when they had Yimmy Garcia. He's been so good. You could make an argument of like no Jose Barrios, who could have been in the bullpen, or a Bowden Francis. Like
Francis was bad. Blue Jays fans are not going to like that one.
Oh, they don't like him anymore. They're done with him.
He had such a bad season.
You don't think he could have been good in bullpen?
I think he could have been good in bullpen, but this year was a disaster. I don't think he'd be on this roster.
I know he's not. I would never thought highly of him as a starting pitcher, but I was just saying out of the bullpen, maybe over like maybe not. You're right. Maybe not in this bullpen.
Maybe not. I don't think he'd be in this bullpen right now.
Yeah, maybe not in this bullpen. But everybody gets injuries, so I do hate the injury excuse. It's like be better. Like you have to step up and make a pitch here.
100% be better. And this is a situation where you said it before. Like the Blue Jays are going out and taking these games. Again, you hit home runs right off the bat. Going crazy. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. having like one of the best postseasons ever. History of baseball. Whole sport. Ever. Not saying that lightly. Ever.
Hitting 400 with a 13. He's got elite OPS, 1337.
The stat going around is that he has the second highest OPS in a postseason where player 60 play appearances ever, behind Barry Bonds in 2002, who got intentionally walked like 14 times that postseason. And then also it was 3 years ago where Jordan, he only got to 50 plate appearances, but he had like a 1400 OPS as well. But it's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is doing things right now where he's unstoppable. But then Kike hits the home run. You got playoff Kike back.
Yep.
And you cut it to 2-1. And then right when the next inning starts, there's just a regular blue base hit. And this is what you talked about the Dodgers playing tight, the Dodgers playing a little scared, not really trusting themselves. Teoscar Hernandez makes a ridiculous effort, a sliding play in the corner, lets the ball bounce past him. Varsho hustles to third, Ernie Clement, easy sack fly. And all of a sudden, bang, like punch right back. Now you have them back on their ass. You hang out for a little bit and you blow it open when they have to kind of play on tilt and leave Big Snell in too long. It's just the Blue Jays have every answer. The Dodgers are kind of feel powerless.
Yeah, they feel bad. They took away one of the Infinity Stones off of the fucking. I don't know. I don't watch Marvel. I don't watch the Avengers. I just know that's a thing.
And then even when this game was still 3-1, horrible movies. When you thought the Dodgers still might have had a chance, Yesavage isn't on the ropes, but like this is the third time around the order. Maybe now you can hit him. Ohtani hits a fucking piss missile, 117 miles an hour. It's like 10 players in the whole league who can even hit a ball that hard. And Addison Barger comes out of fucking nowhere, makes a diving catch with the hair and the hat flying everywhere. And you're like, this team this is we've said it lightly, and now it's time to say it seriously. Like the whole thing has felt like Team of Destiny shit.
Big time Team of Destiny shit for the Blue Jays. To kind of wrap up this conversation here, going into Game 6, matchups on the mound, Yoshinobu Yamamoto going up against Kevin Gausman, right?
Yeah.
I mean, talk about a game that if you are a baseball fan, it's must watch. The baseball season might end as we know it on that day, but if there's anyone who's going to have a say in it, it's going to be Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who has been the best pitcher this postseason. I think we can say overall from start to finish.
I think so. I mean, Scooble.
Yeah, Scooble too, but he just didn't
Scooble
get to
him,
pitch
but
as much.
no, I mean, this is a moment. Like the Dodgers, what do you guys have in you? It is really hard to repeat as a champion in every sport. You just
Difficult.
play more the year before. You put up a lot more in there. Everyone's gunning for you, as we know. And then we got the media now making the excuses.
I
Buster
know.
Olney's like, the Dodgers are an older team. They look a little bit tired
So
after the
lame.
18 inning game. But we saw the exact same thing happen in 2018 too, which is the most ironic part of this whole thing. It's just it's something. I'm not betting against the Blue Jays.
Hell no, absolutely not. Go Jays, take it, win the series, bring it home to the 6. Toronto. What do they say? What's some of the Toronto slang?
I Kroski.
Kroski. Two twos for you.
Tutu's my word, fam.
Yeah, there it is. Those
all the Blue Jays fans
insane.
we've earned a lot of respect for are gonna hate us now after that one.
Yeah, but go Blue Jays. Beat Yamamoto. Just keep the same game plan. Attack. Like,
and just never stop.
Yeah, like I think a lot of teams would know that the Dodgers bullpen's bad and try and be patient. The Blue Jays have done the opposite. We're gonna knock your pitcher out of the game. We're gonna bludgeon them, and I love that. I love that approach from them. Shout out David Popkins, right? David Popkins.
David Popkins is the literal legend.
Literal legend. This is Dodgers shit down their leg, but the Blue Jays have also taken it, and I can't wait to see what happens in Game 6. Prediction, James? What do you got?
Dodgers 4-7, Blue Jays in 7.
Blue Jays in 6, series over. Toronto goes crazy.
Toronto.
Bring a trophy back to the 6. All right, that's it for this episode, this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to the Windup for more baseball content. Again, we'll have a video after Game 6. If there's a Game 7, we'll have a video after Game 7, so make sure you're subscribed. Don't miss out on that. Follow our social media, Instagram, TikTok, the Windup. You can follow James at
James Schiano.
And I'm GiraffeNeckMarc with a C. We'll catch you guys after the next game. Peace out.